What's up, y'all? We are back, episode 3 of the San Diego Padres Out of the Park Baseball 25 series. We're here, and it is 2024, May 13th. Padres are 25-18. It's been about a week in game time since we last met up, so a few things have happened. So I think when we left off, Mike King, I put him on the IL. You scout him. I don't know why he's that very low, but yeah, he got hurt. It wasn't a major injury or anything, just out for a week, but I IL'd him. And he came back and helped us take 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers in the series. 5-4. We lost 4-1, and then we won 7-3. And he started that game. So a really good start from him. The rest of the rotation's been awesome. Musgrove, 2.78 ERA. Dylan Cease, 2.5 ERA. Mike King, under 3. Yu Darvish, 2.36. He's been awesome. And then Johnny Brito, who had to step in for a few starts. He went 5 shutout and then 6-1 runs. So with King coming back, I'm going to give Brito a little bit of run here. Vasquez was good in his own right. He made 8 starts for us with a 3.52 ERA. The FIP was a little bit more unsettling with a 4.71, but, any other team, he would have stayed in the rotation. But I want to give Brito a shot because he pitched so good in those 2 starts. He pitched so well. So we'll see how that plays out. But, yeah, as for the bullpen, Yuki Matsui's still been rough. It was a terrible start to the season. He's been good in his last 4 appearances. Not too worried about him. Wandy's been a little shaky. And Go has also been a little shaky, but has been good in his last 3 appearances. Estrada's been awesome. Cosgrove has been really good. De Los Santos has been solid. Unspectacular, but solid. And then Suarez, in the back end, has blown a few games. He has 12 saves, though. Do I have a meltdown stat anywhere? Should add it to my views. Let's see how many meltdowns he has. He has 12 saves. I don't know where this is hidden, to be honest. So he has 6 meltdowns. And 11 shutdowns. So, I don't know how good that is at this point. Let's check out like Cosgrove. So he has 4 meltdowns too. So, it's nothing crazy to freak out about with Suarez, but he'll be the closer for a little bit. The lineup's kind of started to pick things up. Machado had a really nice week or so. OPS plus up to 131, WRC plus 126. Bogarts continues to rake. He's been great. We called up Rosario, and he's hit really well in 49 plate appearances. Rocking a 138 OPS plus. We signed Manny Margot, so I think I mentioned that I offered him a contract. He wound up signing. He's played 1 game with us. He's kind of just going to be a lefty specialist out in center. Because we have Bryce Johnson, who the numbers don't look crazy, and he probably isn't going to be a really good player or anything, but he got off to a really good start. Has really struggled the last few games. Small sample size. We'll give him a little run. Jerkson Profar just came back from injury. He'll be my DH against righties. We'll have Rosario against lefties. I did DFA Brad Miller. I heard that he retired. Thank you for whoever pointed that out. I forgot who it was. But yeah, he had retired. I guess he played 1 spring game. So he wasn't really hitting well for us. It wasn't a huge loss. So we DFA'd him. Probably wind up releasing him after all said and done. We made a couple promotions and demotions off camera. What's Graham Pauly doing? He's doing okay. Joshua Mears was killing it in high A. 152 OPS plus in 142 plate appearances. So he had played there quite a bit the season prior in high A. Didn't do too much, but this year he was raking. So I called him up to Double A. We'll see how he fares there. Also, we called up, where is he? Robbie Snelling up to Double A. In 7 high A starts, a 3.06 ERA. 4.96 FIP doesn't look quite as good, but I think his ratings are far enough along. We can push him to Double A. He'll join Ethan Salas, who is absolutely raking in Double A in 35 plate appearances. 216 OPS plus, 208 WRC plus. I should really flip those. Really quick. I guess I could have done this another way, but okay, let's do that. And then, a couple other demotions and promotions. It's only May, so nothing crazy at this point. But, yeah, first in runs against, eighth in runs scored. First in defense, third in zone rating. So the defense and pitching is doing it for us this year. The lineup really needs to pick it up. Tatis, he's shown some signs of life over the last few games, but, man, still batting a $190 at this point. So we're going to need a bit more out of him. Jackson Merrill has not been too impressive in his first run of big league time. We'll give him a little more run here. Kim's doing it with the glove, so not too worried about him. Jake Cronenworth went down with a minor injury. Nothing crazy there, but he's been below league average. It's really been Bogarts and Machado. So I don't know how sustainable that is as a formula, but I guess there's worse guys to put the faith of your team in. So yeah, we're 25-18. Man, I still throws me off the schedule is not up there anymore. So yeah, you kind of see, I think we might have left off in the Cincinnati game. So we swept Arizona, took 2 out of 3 against the Cubs, and just took 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. So good little run here to start the month of May. So far we're 7-3 this month after being 16-11 in April and 2-4 in March. That's including the 2-game sweep to the Dodgers. So yeah. Let's keep moving forward. We have a series against Colorado here. Hopefully we can take care of business. Then we go to Atlanta for 4 games. And then to Cincinnati for 3. So a little road trip here after the Colorado series. And then we pick up against New York. We play the Yankees. So we'll be back with an update in just a few seconds. All right, so super tough week. I guess we can go back. We took 2 out of 3 against Colorado. A pretty bad loss here, 7-4. Gave 2 runs, 1 run. What were we? 1 run in the 6th, 1 run in the 7th, 2 runs in the 8th. It was Matsui and Estrada who gave up the go-ahead runs. I guess they weren't really go-ahead runs, but yeah. Then we bounced back. We won 4-3 against Atlanta in a really close game. And then the wheels proceeded to come off. 8-7 loss. We gave up a run in the bottom of the 9th. That was Suarez. And then we lost 4-2 the next day. That was just, not a great day offensively. And we lost 6-5. Another run in the bottom of the 9th by, you guessed it, Robert Suarez, who has picked up 7 losses already this season. So after that game, I pulled him out of the closer's role. I mean, dude, you have 7 losses in 24 games. Like, I know wins and losses aren't anything really, but there's something to be said about, picking up losses as a reliever constantly. And then we lost 6-4 here. 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th by the guy I put in to replace Suarez, Yuki Matsui. He gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, so bad game there. We lost 6-5. De Los Santos blew the save this time. And then a 5-4 loss. That was, bad start by King. Offense didn't get too much done. So we got swept by Cincinnati after losing 3 of 4 against Atlanta. So a really bad week. We're down to 28-25. Good news. Ethan Salas in Double-A continues to rake. So, yeah, he might be on a very quick track to the majors at this point at 17 years old. Robbie Snelling in 2 starts. There's been 1 good one, 1 bad one. And that's the prospect update for our top guys, at least. Jackson Merrill still not doing too much up in the majors at this point, so we're going to need a little bit more out of him. I should update on Johnny Brito. He had an 8 1/3 2-run start here. Bounced back and came back to earth against Atlanta in this start, but yeah, he looks like a legit arm right here. The rest of the rotation's been good. King's been pretty rough since coming back after the 1 good start. The rest of the rotation looks good. I just called up Pedro Avila. a guy who's been in the Padres system for, it feels like forever. He made his debut in 2019. I know he dealt with a bunch of injuries and stuff. Hasn't really pitched at all since. Got in a few games last year, it looks. This is a weird. Got in a few games last year for San Diego, and looks like he pitched pretty well. And he was pitching well in AAA. He had 1.7 WAR already in 10 starts, so called him up to try to fix our bullpen woes. Randy Vasquez went down as a result. Not really any fault of his own. We just needed a body to try to, right this bullpen at this point. I don't know. We just don't really have a lockdown arm. Jeremiah Estrada has moved into the closer's role. We'll see how long that lasts, but yeah, the bullpen's been pretty tragic. But Bogaerts and Machado continue to hit well. But, it's a bunch of middling to, really below average hitters after that. Margot's been, fine as a platoon in center field. Bryce Johnson has not been getting it done, though. I should probably look for an upgrade. My AAA team does have a lot of outfielders, though, so we might have some options. Yeah, we have Cal Mitchell really wasn't doing too much. I like Jacob Marcy. I don't really know if he's a center fielder, and he's only had 10 games in AAA at this point. Sully Matthias, another guy who just kind of mashes, but not much defensive profile there. Mercado really can't play center. Has a car back up, I guess, but yeah, I guess we'll do that. Try to throw some crap against the wall and see what sticks. So we'll have Margot start every day, but Azekar will start every third. We still have Profar here. He can hypothetically play some outfield, but he's been so bad in limited time. That looks fine for batting order. Okay, so yeah, really rough week, or week and a half, whatever that came out to be. But we face the Yankees here, and Yu Darvish got his 2,000 strikeout. That's cool. 7-4 loss, 4 runs in the top of the 6th. Those were off Darvish. Go and Matsui gave up a few as well. So we dropped the first one against the Yankees. It'll be Brito against Cortez. Brito against his former team, and we pick up the 3-2 victory. Get back to our winning ways. Win probability chart looks like we had a good 10th inning. 3 hits from Cronenworth. Good start by Brito. Outdueling Cortez and the Yankees bullpen. And, our bullpen didn't do too shabby. It kept us in the game, even though they gave up a run or so. And just an update on the All-Star voting. Bogaerts was in first. He dropped to second. Marte's having a really good year, so that's why. And I doubt we have anyone else. Machado's in second and third. Pretty distantly behind Austin Riley, who's gone absolutely nuclear, apparently. So good for him. And no one else really to speak about. And not even the pitchers. So looking to win the series here against New York. Blake Snell, they signed him. Of course, I started this before he signed with the Giants. The Giants did sign Jordan Montgomery. They just gave him an extension in the save. So there's an update on that. So Joe Musgrove against Blake Snell, and we win 6-1. Big day, and a really good start by Musgrove. 6 1/3 shutout. Bullpen, good enough job. Wow, we really got to Tommy Kahnle there. 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Yikes. A little bit of offensive life there, so we like to see that. And Sal Perez wins Player of the Week. Nice. And in the power rankings, we are 12th. So, yeah, that one really bad week really screwed us up. Now we're going to play Miami. 3-game set. That'll bring us to June. Or just about to June. So we'll come back in a couple days with an update. Alrighty, so it's June 5th, and we're going to pull off our first trade of the season here. So, okay, yeah, that just says 10. That's weird. Yeah, so I love Wandy Peralta as a Yankees fan. He's total big dick dude. I mean, he's just a stud. I love him, but unfortunately, he has not pitched well, and he has a lot of money left on this contract, and it's not a ton like per season or anything, but he's 32. He's probably only going to regress. We're going to have some money issues down the road, so I'm trying to get ahead of this while he has some kind of value. And it's not much we're getting back. Nick Madrigal, who formerly a top prospect because of his hit tool and his his ability to make contact and spray the ball over the field, but his luster has really come off when people realize if you just hit singles, you're not that valuable, which I kind of disagree with, but that's besides the point. He's got some defense to play second base, fake it at short, maybe play some third, but he'll stay on our team as a bench player. We could definitely use some offense wherever we can get it. He probably replaces LeCastro on the roster. He has one option year, so it's good. I cannot believe Tim LeCastro still has options. I don't know if that's right. But it feels like the Yankees sent him down twice at least, and the Mets probably did last year, I would assume. Or maybe the Mets never did. I don't know. But anyway, he'll replace LeCastro on the roster. There's some upside here as a good average hitter and can play some defense. So, he's arbitration guys, so we can just cut him at the end of the year for nothing. They're going to eat the whole deal this year as well. So, seems like a win-win or a win for us. They get Wandy Peralta, I still like him as a reliever, but not for that price tag with the money problems we're going to have. And also, Madrigal is a good leader. Look at that. So we have to add him to the roster. We'll send down... okay, that makes sense. He has too much service time to be demoted. He might just get... I like his speed, but is that really that valuable? We have other guys who can run. Let's see if anyone claims him. Could also look to trade him if they don't. So we'll add Madrigal to the active roster. And I don't really know where he plays here. Also, the Jurickson Profar experiment might be over. I'm just so tired of seeing him in the order. So I think I'll just have Rosario start against righties and lefties. We'll see how he fares. So Madrigal can move into our backup infielder spot. I think I'll play him at short as well. And then we'll put Profar. Corner outfield spots, first base, DH backup. I don't really want him seeing the field. He's so bad. And I can't believe, whatever. Maybe he had a pretty good opening day, I think. I think he had a couple hits. I don't know how he did in the real opening day, but the Korea series, he was pretty good. I have to move this lineup around against lefties, too. Ha-Sung Kim is not cutting it with the bat. Maybe, I don't know. Cronenworth's hit well, but I don't really trust him against lefties too much. What are his splits looking like? Against lefties, yeah, he's been a lot worse. He's actually hit pretty well this season, though, overall. 109 in WRC+. We'll take that. I think I'll actually roll with Rosario. Let's have him hit second. See how he does. And then we'll do Madrigal as our backup infielder. Put Profar at first. Corner outfield spots. And we'll roll with that. So it does give us an opening in the bullpen. I don't really know. I like some guys we have in the minor leagues. Jay Groom came up for a few games and actually pitched pretty well, all things considered. I don't know if he's a long-term guy. We can call him Brandy Vasquez again. He has some really good ratings. It's not like he's a bad player or anything. I don't know. I think we'll keep Vasquez down for a little bit. Let's see. No one's really pitching that well. Morejon. Okay, let's call it Morejon. I like him. He's on the actual Major League roster for the Padres in real life, so. And it's, Suarez has been so bad. We just need some new bodies in here to see if we can get something to stick. So, yeah, we have a series here. We're wrapping up against LA. Oh, I didn't even go over what happened. So, another not really pretty week. It wasn't too bad, though. So, we lost 2 out of 3 against Miami. Just really bad offensive performances all around. 3-1. 1-0 and 2-3 loss. So, a total of 5 runs that series, and then outscore that number. We lose 6-7 though. That was a blown game by De Los Santos. And then we proceed to lose 7-1. Bad day for the offense. Just all around forgettable day. And then we picked up the win on Sunday, 5-4 victory against Kansas City. Good start by Cease. And I think what happened here? Looks like Margot drove in a run against Will Smith in the top of the ninth on a walk. So that's how we won that one. And then we picked up a couple wins against LA to start the series. 6-4 victory. Camposano 2-run double in the top of the 10th gave us the victory in that one. After the bullpen tried to blow it, Suarez gave 3 runs. And we won 7-4. And kind of cruised in this one. We have 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. That was Wandy Peralta, who is no longer with us on our team. He's still alive, I presume. And we'll finish out the series against LA. We win 8-7. We have a trade proposal. They want to give us. I like this. I like this profile quite a bit. He's probably only a second baseman though, and they're going to give us Zarte, and they want Michael De La Cruz, who's a backup catcher, not really a catcher, but is hitting well in AAA, and Dylan Heed. Yeah, no. Dylan Heed. I don't know. Someone could correct me in the comments, or maybe I could look it up. Was it Dylan? Probably don't need to do this, but okay, I can't find it. Anyway, yeah, we will start a series here, a 4-game set against Arizona. And the Yankees have made a ton of trades. They made one, a pretty minor one, but they did make a trade with the White Sox. Nick Ramirez, he was really good for the Yankees last year. And they've had him in AAA this season. They trade him for this minor league catcher, pretty good player. So we'll start a series against Arizona here. Let's go through it. We have Musgrove, Cease, King, Darvish on the mound for the series. Also, development. We had a development update beginning of the month. Darvish was at. I guess I could just pull it up. There was a bunch of stuff to go through, but none too significant besides the one. But yeah, Darvish, his velocity dropped from 94 to 96 to 91 to 93. So his decline has already begun. And yeah, we'll just leave that there. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm not going to trade him. We'll roll with the contract. Maybe he'll retire during it. I presume he does if he really falls off a cliff, but that's definitely not guaranteed to happen. Fernando Tatis also showing some life. He had 5 RBIs that last game against LA, up to a 91 WRC plus. He's creeping toward what we expect out of him. I guess we can go over how the lineup is doing at this point. Bogarts, Machado still doing their thing. Rosario's been awesome. Cronenworth's been solid. Camposano definitely good enough as a catcher. Nothing else really going on. So let's start the series. We'll have Musgrove on the mound game 1. We win 5-3. Really nice win. Looks like 3 hits for Ha-Sung Kim, 4 RBIs for him. Looks like neither Tatis or Machado played in this one. So we pick up the win without them. Musgrove, a really nice start. De Los Santos picks up the save. So game 2, Brandon fought against Dylan Cease. Lose 7-2. Not a great day from the offense. Tatis has 2 hits. A bunch of other hits down the board. We had 8 as a team. Cease, not a good start. Yuki Matsui gave up a few runs, but Avila and Morejon, scoreless outings for them. A couple guys we've called up recently to the team. And a couple Dodgers notes. So game 3 here, we'll have Zach Gallen against Mike King. And we lose 6-2. Looks like this is a bit more forgettable fashion. The win probability did not look good for us. Rosario had 3 hits, though. We like to see that. King, a pretty good start. 2 runs over 6 and a third. But Suarez, man, he's been so bad. He has a pretty bad contract, too. Yeah. That's one that I would look to trade. I think it's tradable in real life. Reliever prices have kind of gone up. Although not in as high of demand, yeah, especially not for that contract. So, even like eating 50%. All right, so there's a potential out here. I'm not taking Kyle Freeland or Andrew Benintendi, especially after Kyle Freeland's start in real life for the Rockies just yesterday. Recording this on Friday the 29th. And the Rockies, not a good day for fans of them, but we pick up a 2-1 victory against Arizona. Machado 2 hits. Merrill and Machado drove in the 2 runs. Really good start from Darvish. He's still hanging on. He really isn't. The ratings really didn't drop off a ton when he lost the velocity, so maybe he can survive with all these pitches as he gets older. I think that's kind of how he projects in real life, too. I think he'll age pretty well, just by personal opinion. But, he's off to a really good start to the year. 5 1/3, 1 run. Morejon, De Los Santos, and Estrada shut out through, 3 1/3. And now we start a series against Oakland. And that'll bring us to just about the middle of June. And I think we'll probably go to July in this episode. And then we'll do the first-year player draft next episode. Maybe we'll do the deadline as well. We'll see. But let's do the series against Oakland, and we'll sim up the rest of the month probably. So Johnny Brito will make the start. A couple of forgettable starts after a good beginning to his time in the rotation. So this is a real prove-it start for him against Oakland. And we win 5-2. 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Bogarts 3 hits, 3 ribbies. Tatis, Merrill, Campusano all had multi-hit games. Brito, a really good start. Cosgrove, and Estrada close it out. And, Jeremiah Estrada having a really good start as the closer for our team. So we'll have Musgrove against Paul Blackburn, who's off to a bad start to the year. 6.07 ERA, 9 losses already. Yikes. I guess we really shouldn't talk. We have Robert Suarez, who has 7 already as a reliever. So we win 8-7. Not exactly how you draw it up, man. That is pretty wild win probability chart there. We pick up 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like it was Ha-Sung Kim who walked it off. Jake Cronenworth had a 2-run double in the bottom of the 8th. Ha-Sung Kim drove in another run. So it looks like Kim was the big hero in this one. But Rosario, Cronenworth, and Profar all drove in a couple runs each. So the bottom of the order getting things done. Musgrove, 6 innings, 4 runs. Don't love it. De Los Santos, 3 unearned runs, but Suarez picks up the win in just 4 pitches. So we look for the sweep here. JP Sears, former Yankee, against Dylan Cease. Should have been Yankee. And we have someone who's out of time for DFA. But a 6-3 victory here. Rosario, another multi-hit game. Man, he's been awesome. 135 WRC+, 154 plate appearances. Margot, a 3-hit game. Looks like Tatis did not play in this one either. Cronenworth, Profar, both a couple hits each. Profar is showing some life. And Cease a good start. Avila, nice job out of the pen to give us some length, and Estrada closes it out. It's like Bellinger had a 3 home run game. So update on the All-Star voting. We have Machado, still a distant second behind Austin Riley, but he'll probably make the team, I would assume. Bogarts just behind Marte at second base. And, no one else really making any moves up or down the leaderboard for us. So, any awards here? Looks like Soleil Matias had a nice week. 550 average, 11 hits and 20 at-bats. Good for him. He's showing some stuff down in AAA, so maybe he gets a little bit of a playing time. In the power rankings, most recent, we are up to 10th. So we move up 2 spots, I think. Looks like one of our players got suspended down in the rookie league. I didn't realize the rookie league started already. Okay. That's good to know. So the Dominican Summer League hasn't started, but the Complex League has. I was actually not aware of that. It must be new this season. Checking out some arms who are doing well down here. Sort by WAR. This guy Chirinos has been good. He's 20 years old. Could make a... Maybe we'll call him up to A-ball at this point. He's gotten a ton of run down in the rookie ball. Let's call him up, see what happens. Okay, so I'll do all of that off camera, but yeah, we'll pause here. Come back in a little bit. Ethan Salas, 10 home runs so far in just 125 plate appearances in Double-A, man. I'm excited for him. On pace for 3.3 WAR in just 68 games. He brings great defense, really good bat he's shown so far as an 18-year-old, fresh 18-year-old in Double-A. So really love what we're seeing out of him. Robbie Snelling, the peripherals look pretty good. 428 FIP as a 20-year-old in Double-A. Pitching pretty well, I would say. And Jackson Merrill officially retired as a prospect, or off the prospect list now. So Dylan Lesko takes over as our third prospect. Hasn't done too much in A-ball so far, but hasn't been bad either. So we'll sim ahead a bit, come back, and we'll update at that point. All right, so we're here at June 25th. We have our second trade of the season. And this one kind of hurts. Sully Matias, who is, I really liked him in our Nashville series last year. And he was playing really well in AAA. I actually called him up. He's gotten 5 at-bats, whatever. But he's unfortunately going to be shipped out here. We're going to pick up Hunter Renfroe, who, the numbers do not look impressive at all, but I love his splits, man. His ability, I think, against lefties is absolutely insane. And the reason that is important is because I was looking at Jackson Merrill and kind of how he's doing. 58 WRC plus this season. I was like, what's going on with him? Against lefties, he has a 6 WRC plus. And against righties, still only an 80, but man, that difference is massive at this point. To the point where I called him Matias and he started in left field against lefties. So we're basically flipping a younger version of Hunter Renfroe. I don't even know if Matias has crazy splits. He doesn't. He's almost 26. It's nothing. I'm not too worried about getting burned by this. And we're going to have Kansas City eat the entire contract for Renfroe. That's this year, 5.5, and then 7.5 next year. So we're getting a free left-handed or lefty crusher to play some left field for us. We'll have to teach him to play left field, but not too worried about that. So we'll pull off this trade. And it's easy as adding Renfroe to take his spot. We did waive in DFA Jurickson Profar. I just got tired of having him on the team. He's not having a very good season. And then Renfroe really can't play center, so I'm still gonna have Merrill back up center, but he will start in left field against lefties. I'd move up all the way up to 5th. Honestly, he could be our 2-hitter, but Rosario's still been good. Against lefties, we'll have him, back up the corners here. We've had Rosario as our backup corner outfield. I don't even know if he's played out there yet. He hasn't. So Renfroe's a good backup, and then he can mash lefties. And we did call up Graham Pauley as well. He's got 9 plate appearances in 2 games. He's done a little bit so far, but he was starting to hit really well in AAA. 112 WRC plus, has the ratings to play up here. So him and Rosario are platooning at DH. I am mixing in Rosario quite a bit against righties as well. So that's how that's going along. The bullpen, it's been a disaster. There's really no other way around it. We've had some pretty bad losses. This 14-6 loss King had a horrible start, and then Suarez came in and gave 5 runs in 1 inning. He's been so bad. It is promising that his FIP is at 4. Like, there's still a decent pitcher in here somewhere, but his BABIP's not even that high. I'm not sure what's going on with him. He did walk 3 guys. He's walked 4 per 9. That's pretty high, but not insane. So we got to hope Suarez figures it out. But overall, a pretty decent month. Can't complain too much. We took 2 out of 3 against the Mets, lost 2 out of 3 against the Phillies, and then split a 4-game set against Milwaukee. Now we're playing the Nationals here. We won the first game 6-2. We have Yu Darvish on the mound here for Game 2. And we pick up a 5-2 victory. And Graham Pauley was batting cleanup apparently and drove in 2 runs. And Renfroe, 2 RBIs on 1 hit, a pinch hit appearance for him. Wonder if that was against Patrick Corbin. He didn't give up any runs, so it was against Tanner Rainey. But yeah, it's a good debut for Hunter Renfroe. Coming in mid-series, and then Johnny Brito here looking for the sweep. He'll be opposed by Trevor Williams for the Nats. And we pick up the victory 9-4, sweep the Nationals. 5 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, and a run in the third. And that's all we needed. Manny Margot, 3 RBIs. Home runs for Margot and Bogarts. Brito, pretty solid start. He's continued to solidify that 5th spot. Given up a few too many home runs, but overall he's looked good. Pedro Avila has been good besides a couple of bad appearances here. And then Go finishes it out. So a good series there. A couple different moves here. Looks like the Yankees extended Gleyber Torres. 6 years, $20 million per. That's probably the going rate for him. It's a pretty fair contract. I would bet if the Yankees gave him an extension, it would look something like that for an all-star caliber second baseman. So we have an off day, and we'll head to Boston, and that will bring us to July, where we'll start a series in Texas against the defending champs. Graham Pauley. We had a new update to the prospects. So top 100, Ethan Salas moves up to number 1. I'm not sure if, I don't know who was number 1 before. Maybe it was Jackson Holliday. Maybe it was Jackson Churio. But I'm guessing both of those guys were graduated to the majors. So Salas takes over the number 1 spot. He continues to rake in Double-A. Although he's fallen off a little bit, 137 WRC+. But once he hits the 200 plate appearance mark, probably by the All-Star break, we'll look and, assess if we want to move him to Triple-A. Dylan Cruz, who just made his debut for the Nationals, he's number 2. James Wood, also of the Nationals, not playing too well, but hasn't been horrible. He's the number 3 prospect. Colson Montgomery crushing AAA right now. Walter Jenkins, getting some run in A-ball right now, absolutely killing it. Junior Caminero, I think number 5 prospect in real life. He's absolutely destroying AA. He should not be there at this point. Has not even played a game in AAA yet, which is in his career, which is pretty funny. Jackson Jobe up in the majors for the Tigers, pitching out of the bullpen, doing pretty well. Andrew Painter, still recovering from Tommy John. He'll be back in about a month and a half or so. And then Carson Williams, 85 speed. I didn't realize he was that fast. And I knew he was a upper echelon prospect, but I didn't know he was like that. He's in Double-A for the Biscuits as well. That team is insane. And Kobe Mayo rounds out the top 10. Has gotten some run for Baltimore this year. Hasn't done too much, but still a top 10 guy. Check out our top guys and where we land. We are number 2 in the prospect rankings now with Merrill graduating. We have Lesko at number 29. We talked about him a little bit previously. The numbers don't look too crazy. The FIP looks good, though. We'll definitely let him get some run in A-ball before we promote him, though. Graham Pauley moves up to number 31. I don't know where he was before. I guess we can check that out. Yeah, he was at number 50 at the start of the season. And yeah, he's up in the majors for us. Might graduate this season. We'll see how much playing time he gets. And then Robbie Snelling, number 35. I would actually put him ahead of Lesko in my personal rankings. But he's made up to AA this season, pitching pretty well. You got to get the walks under control a bit, but overall he has not been too shabby. The rise, I believe that's how it's said. Thank you for not my reply. I think that was who pointed that one out. He always corrects my pronunciation, so I appreciate it. The rise. He has gotten some run in the Dominican League. Hasn't done too much yet, but he's still only 17. And then we have a couple other guys who cracked the top 200. Martorella, playing in AAA for us, absolutely killing it. We just don't really have a spot for him at this point with Cronenworth clogging up first base. Robert Perez, down in AA. Again, we kind of have the issue where I want these guys both to get playing time, and they're both first basemen, so Perez is getting a bunch of run in AA. We might call him up to AAA if we can find a spot at like DH for him. And then Jacob Marcy, who cracks the top 200. I'm really excited for him. I think he gained a little bit of range the last scouting report. Looks like he did. I think he did. I think he was only at a 60 before, but he's up to a 65, so he can play some center field with that speed. Good personality. Absolutely killing it in AAA so far. The walk to strikeout rate, absolutely insane. So if we have an opening for a lefty outfielder on the team at some point, maybe we send Merrill down at some point and give Marcy the job. I'm not ready to do that just yet, but that's definitely a possibility. Joshua Muir is another guy I'm excited for. We talked about him last time getting his work in high A and absolutely killing it. And has held his own despite a 207 average, a 125 WRC plus in AA. I guess we talk about Homer Bush as well. I think I talked about him in the first episode or the second episode, and how he had a really great run to start the year. He's fallen off a bit, but still a league average hitter with a great glove. He's only 22 in AA. I don't really see calling him up, before like August, but he could possibly be called up to AAA if we have some movement in our minor leagues. Terso Ornelas, just called him up to AAA. He was crushing it in AA, a 150 WRC plus. We'll see if he can provide any offense for us. The power is not crazy at this point. He's 24. We'll see if he can develop that. I think he'll probably need that to stick in a corner for my team personally. Adam Mazur, I have not talked about him yet. He started the year in high A, and I think I was impressed by the FIP and the strikeout to walk ratio. So I called him up to AA. He's played really well there up to this point. So 23 years old. I don't know if he gets the call to AAA. We'll see. Cole Palpham, a reliever prospect, pretty high up in our prospect rankings. Not been too impressive in AA. And then Jay Groom has gotten a cup of coffee up in the majors, pitching pretty well in AAA. He's been about a league average pitcher. The FIP looks a little bit better. Although, yeah, the strikeout to walk is not great, 6.8 to 5. Victor Lazarga, I believe, yeah, I think they signed him as a minor league guy. Or maybe, did they trade for him? Okay, no. They signed him as an amateur a few years back. He's up in high A for me after a good start in A-ball and pitching pretty well there. Another guy I'm going to take it slow with. He's only 20. And then a couple of relievers. So, I mean, we're pretty top-heavy with our prospects, considering we have so many relievers on this list. But overall, I'm excited for what we have coming. Okay, so I guess our rookie league got bounced. All right. It got me scared for a second. It said playoffs won't happen for the Padres. So yeah, we'll end the episode here. Let's finish out the month, and we'll end the episode. So a 9-3 loss. Probably not going to trade either of those guys. Well, maybe Drew Ellis, but my GM actually thinks we should do this. Oh, okay. That's why you always look. This always throws me off. I always think this is the power, but he's actually pretty much a Nick Madrigal clone with worse defense. And Cole Phillips, who is a decent prospect for Drew Ellis, who could probably play. I think he definitely could play. And Robert Perez, who is one of our top guys. Definitely not opposed to trading him as a first baseman. But we do lose 9-3. Looks like the win probability really fell off in about the fourth inning. Yeah, Musgrove, not a good start. Vila got roughed up. Yeah, he hasn't been too good. We'll send him down. Let's see if we have any fresh arms to bring up. Tommy Nance is a guy I liked. He was a high-value guy when I was looking at trades earlier. Hasn't made an appearance in the major since 2022. But, let's give him the call here. We have some room on our 40-man. Give Tommy Nance a little bit of run, see if he can prove something for us. Especially with this bullpen. It's finally coming together. Check out the ERAs. Really, it's been Suarez and Matsui have been bad, but everyone else has been good. So game 2 here, Brian Bayo. And we have a guy, Jurickson Proffer. Yeah, I'm just going to release him. Not even going to bother trying to trade him. Probably not going to get much in return anyway. We win 8-1. 15 hits as a team. 3 for Bogarts, 3 for Machado, 3 for Tatis, who's definitely coming along here. 103 WRC plus now. Dylan Cease did not get a decision because he didn't go 5 through 100 pitches. I wonder what that was all about. A lot of deep counts, I'm guessing. But didn't give up a run, or an earned run. And Go Suarez and De Los Santos do a good job out of the pen. So looking for the series win here. And we'll have Mike King on the mound, who's been a little shaky. We lose 3-1. And Jeremiah Estrada wins Pitcher of the Month. And man, yeah, he's solidified that closer's role for us. Check out his month of June, 11 innings. Looks like he gave just 1 run. 1 run, probably. A really good month for him. A bunch of moves made. We'll check the All-Star voting. Xander Bogaerts moves up into first place, just ahead of Marte. Machado is still a distant second behind Riley, who's having an insane year. And no other movement, looks like. Yeah, I don't think we need to look at any of that. So an off day, and we'll head to Texas and face the defending champs. Looks like they'll have a guy named Sean Anderson on the mound for Game 1. We'll have Yu Darvish going against his former team, and we win 10-2. 5 runs in the second. And the offense kind of starting to come together here. Cronenworth, 4 RBIs. Tatis had 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Paulie and Merrill had multi-hit games each. Darvish, decent start. Looks like he only threw 51 pitches. He's hurt. No real effects. I think I'm going to leave him in there, actually. I usually don't do that, but our pitching is kind of shallow at this point. And, if he has no effects besides running, I think we can roll with it. Could backfire, but we'll see. But yeah, he has a good start until he got pulled. Then Morejón, Matsui, and Go do a good job. So Game 1, we pick up John Gray on the mound for Game 2 for them. Posed by Johnny Brito, and Bogarts is hurt. 4 games, he's out. I hate to bench him here, but I think we probably should. Just for a few days. We'll bench him for 3 days. Oh, includes current day. We'll do 4. I don't want to risk it with him. Tatis, man, 3 hits, 5 RBIs, 2 home runs in this one, and man, he's really putting it together here. Love to see it. Madrigal, a couple of hits off the bench for him. He's kind of emerged as a nice player. 111 WRC plus in 46 plate appearances. Jackson Merrill, a couple of hits. He's been on a nice little run. Couple doubles in that game. Brito, a good start, and then Nance looks like he made his second appearance for us. and he gets some garbage time, puts up some innings for us. So we'll go to the next day. Dane Dunning on the mound for them. And he'll be opposed by Joe Musgrove, who has been probably the worst of our starters outside of King. And we lose 2-0. A couple runs in the 5th and the 8th for them. Machado a couple hits, Cronenworth a couple hits, but not able to push a run across. Musgrove picks up the tough luck loss, 6 2/3, no earned runs. Tom Cosgrove gave a run as well. So still a successful series. We put up 21 runs in the first 2 games. We have a scout and discovery, nothing crazy there. I did drop it from 64 to 32. And Blake Snell signs an extension with the Yanks. 5 years, about 25 per. Good extension for him. It's a fair cost for him. So now we start a series against Arizona. I guess we'll do that next episode because I don't want to go too far on this. So yeah, we'll end the episode here. The Padres are 51-40, just about at the halfway point, a little past. Go by, let me see. So yeah, 18-10 June, really good month after a subpar May for us. So yeah, that'll wrap up the episode. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.